Looking for some new games to play in September? Well, you're in luck. Here's the top 10 games coming in September 2023. Here we go. At number 10 we have Paleo Pines, which is a really cute looking game that features a bunch of very friendly dinos. I think most are Vegisauruses, but the little T-Rex looks very docile too. Anyway, Paleo Pines seems like a mix between Animal Crossing and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Basically, you need to make friends with dinos and get them to help you fix up your ranch, farm crops, and ultimately build the world's greatest dino sanctuary. Paleo Pines offers up exploration, fun, and adventure as you meet a colourful cast of characters and embark on quests to help them out. It's a format that has been done to death, but Paleo Pines definitely looks fresh and wholesome, so while it's probably more suited to a younger audience, there's nothing to say you can't have some fun as a teenager or adult. Paleo Pines will be out on September 26th and available on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Coming in at number 9 is Deceit 2, a social deduction horror game involving between 6 and 9 players. I guess you can think of this as a first-person Among Us for adults, but how Deceit 2 works is that 2 players have been infected and must follow the evil game master's bidding, while the remaining uninfected players have to work together to escape the ritual and figure out which players are plotting against them. So yeah, there's plenty of deception and manipulation at the heart of Deceit 2. Infected players can weaken the veil of reality until it breaks, which transports all players to a parallel dimension known as the In-Between, where the infected have malevolent powers to sabotage the efforts of uninfected players. As an uninfected player, you can fight back, but just make sure that you're definitely killing an infected player or you'll be hurting your own team. In the end, your powers of deduction will be the most important part of the experience, so play wisely or else. Deceit 2 releases on September 14th and will be available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. At number 8 is Fate Samurai Remnant. Set in Japan in the mid-17th century, you play Miyamoto Iori, a ronin who finds himself caught in the chaos of a Holy Grail war. You'll also be able to take control of Iori's servant Saber, who has her own set of skills and abilities. You'll find yourselves pitted against 6 other pairs of masters and servants who are all vying for the Waxing Moon's vessel, which is an omnipotent wish granter. Fate Samurai Remnant is an ARPG that features some really beautifully rendered environments that do well to capture Japan during the early Edo period. You'll be able to walk the streets and explore towns composed of traditional houses, samurai residences, and even brothels if you feel so inclined. The combat also looks really fluid and kinetic, so you should get a lot of joy taking out groups of enemies as well as giant monsters. This is definitely one I'm looking forward to, and I think it's safe to say plenty of fans are hyped to play this latest installment in the Fate franchise. Fate Samurai Remnant is out on September 28th and will be available on PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo Switch. In 7th place is Men of War 2. This real-time strategy game is set in World War II and claims to be highly historically accurate, so for you lore buffs, this should be a real treat. Men of War 2 takes place in various locations that served as theatres of war during World War II and features 3 different sides as well as 45 battalions and more than 300 different vehicles. From an audio-visual perspective, Men of War 2 looks and sounds incredible, and I have to say the physics from gunfire and explosions are really astounding. The single-player mode comes with 2 main campaigns, one for the Allies and the other the Soviets, as you take on Hitler's Wehrmacht. There's also a multiplayer mode where you can go head-to-head against other human players, or if you want to team up with them and deal with AI-controlled enemies, this is also an option. It looks like a lot of time and effort has gone into Men of War 2, so judging by the gameplay and visuals I've seen, you won't be disappointed. Men of War 2 comes out on September 20th and will be available on PC. At number 6 is Lies of P. The premise of this Souls-like game is actually a reimagining of the story of Pinocchio. You play the famous puppet created by Geppetto and find yourself in the city of Krat that has been poisoned by madness and bloodlust. In essence, you will need to hone your skills and abilities, along with your weapons, in order to lay waste to horrible abominations and find a way out of this terrible nightmare. One mechanic that makes Lies of P particularly intriguing is the ability to choose whether to lie or tell the truth. For example, if someone is tormented or troubled, you can lie to them to give them comfort, or confront them with the brutal truth. In the end, you'll get to carve your own path, and it's my assumption that your decisions will have some impact on the game's final outcome. Lies of P certainly looks dark, stylish, and intense, so for Dark Souls and Bloodborne fans, this is one to watch out for in September. Lies of P will be released on 16th September and available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. In 5th place is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. This much anticipated DLC from CD Projekt Red sees you once again take on the role of the enhanced mercenary V as you navigate a new area known as Dogtown, gathering information and working as a spy to save the president of the NUSA. As you can well imagine, you'll need to exercise caution when playing and watch who you choose as an ally. One wrong move and it'll be all over for you. Phantom Liberty is a DLC, so you can expect new vehicles, weapons, and cyberware to help you accomplish objectives and succeed in your mission. There's also supposed to be an all-new skills tree, so that should be interesting. Oh yeah, along with Johnny Silverhand aka Keanu Reeves, you'll be working alongside Solomon Reed, played by the one and only Idris Elba. There's definitely plenty of big names in Phantom Liberty and more than a little intrigue, so for fans of the base game, this is a DLC that promises some awesome new adventures. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty releases on 26th September and will be available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. At number 4 is Payday 3. Yes, sports fans, the gang is back in this highly anticipated sequel to 2013's Payday 2. This time around, Dallas, Chains, Hoxton, and Wolf, having been forced out of retirement, find themselves in New York City in order to deal with a threat that compelled them to return to a life of crime. Payday 3 will require you to think carefully about your approach to a heist, so planning will be crucial. Whether you decide to slip in and attempt to remain undetected or go for a full frontal assault is completely up to you. Inevitably, there are consequences for your choices, so make sure you know what you're in for. As you play, you'll gain experience, unlock new skills, and become more adept with your weapons so that you can deal with more challenging heists and situations. Moreover, you can go online and play cooperatively with other players from across the world. And who knows, you may end up making some lifelong friends who will be there to lend a hand when you need it most. Payday 3 should be the pulse-pounding thrill ride everyone's hoping for, so my advice? Don't sleep on this one. Payday 3 comes out on September 21st and will be available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Coming in at third is Mortal Kombat 1. Technically, Mortal Kombat 1 is the second reboot of the franchise since everything takes place in an entirely new universe created by the fire god Liu Kang. Why did he do this? Well, the intention was to bring about peace in what I imagine Liu Kang assumed was the ideal timeline. Basically, the origin stories of pretty much every character is now different. Scorpion and Sub-Zero are actually brothers, Baraka and Mileena suffer from a disease as a result of Outworlders who decided to breed with demons, and Raiden is just a regular guy. In truth, Liu Kang's universe is far from perfect, so he has to put together a new group of defenders to protect his realm. So naturally you can expect an all-new storyline, as well as new fatalities and brutalities, as well as the return of the quitality. This happens when a player rage quits a match, so their character will simply commit suicide. Wonderful, I know. As for new characters coming in the Combat Pack DLC, you can expect old favorites Ermac, Quan Chi, and Takeda, as well as Omni-Man of Invincible fame, Peacemaker from the DC Universe, and Homelander from The Boys. Not gonna lie, I'm super pumped for this one, and while it's a risky move on the part of NetherRealm Studios, I think this may end up being the most enjoyable Mortal Kombat yet. Mortal Kombat 1 releases on September 14th and will be available on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch. In second place is Party Animals. I almost can't believe this game is actually releasing. We've covered Party Animals extensively on the channel, and we were almost convinced that it was never going to be released. But lo and behold, it eventually got a final launch date. Soon you'll be able to brawl against your friends as cute and cuddly critters who are hell-bent on annihilating one another. You can choose to play as a dog, cat, duck, crocodile, tiger, otter, or any one of several animal characters in 4 different game modes, namely Last Stand, Team Score, Arcade, or Snatch Squad. Party Animals really does look like a whole lot of fun, and with its unique physics and very clean, stylized graphics and off-the-wall gameplay, you and your friends will probably end up having hours of fun as you smash, electrocute, explode, and catapult one another into oblivion. I'm definitely going to be playing this one when it launches, so you may even see a Let's Play here sometime in the not-too-distant future. If you love using giant popsicles to pummel your foes and battling to escape the gravitational force of a literal black hole, there ain't no way you can afford to miss this one. Party Animals is finally out on September 20th and will be available on PC and Xbox. And coming in at first place is the one game I think many fans have been waiting for the most. Yep, I'm talking about none other than Starfield, which we also covered on the channel earlier this year. Touted as a next-gen RPG, you'll be able to create your own character based on numerous archetypes and get to explore more than 1,000 planets, which borders on inconceivable to me. You'll also get to build and customize your own ship, take on missions, and work with a number of different factions as you endeavor to find your place among the stars. In addition to all of this, Starfield is playable from both a first and third-person perspective, so you really can play the game according to your own preferences. From the looks of things, Starfield isn't just a game, it's a parallel universe that you'll be able to virtually live in. In many ways, this could be the closest thing to a metaverse that's been created to date. Have we really managed to arrive at a point in the realm of gaming where it's possible to build not just complete worlds, but galaxies as well? If it lives up to all the immense hype, Starfield may not just be the biggest game of 2023, but possibly the most significant step forward in gaming in the last decade. This is undeniably ambitious, but I'm hoping that Starfield really is as breathtaking and immersive as everyone hopes it is. Starfield was originally supposed to come out in November 2022, but given its massive scope, I think this is one game where fans understand that great things are worth waiting for. That said, don't be too surprised if there are some bugs at first. Just saying, fam. Starfield launches on September 6th and will be available on PC and Xbox. So that's it for our top 10 list of games coming in September 2023. What did you think of our picks? Are these the games to watch out for in September, or are there other titles you're more excited about? Let us know in the comments. Go ahead and smash that like button for more gaming, VR, and tech content delivered to you on a daily basis. Oh yeah, and don't forget to follow us on our socials. From me and the crew here at Metasquad, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Later!